What's up, guys? It's Alex with I guess a comparison video. I have Dexter here, and we're in his Mazdaspeed 3, which, if you guys know, it's a 2.3 liter turbocharged engine, front-wheel drive. Basically, it's the Mustang with a front-wheel drive setup, and he's gracious enough to let me drive it. So I hope I don't stall. Let me go ahead and get buckled up.
All right. It's weird being in the passenger seat.
Yeah. Okay, so let's push button start. Okay, sounds like Marceline, and it's giving me a warning message. Do I just...
Which, are you talking about that?
Yes.
Oh, that's just making you agree to not use the navigation while you're distracted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that yellow light is because I have aftermarket wheels.
Aftermarket wheels. Okay, so you don't have the pressure sensors.
No.
Okay, and this... Okay, to go reverse, you go down and over.
Yep.
Otherwise...
That's first. That's a short shifter. It's different.
Oh, God. Okay, so let's see. Oh, very quick on takeoff. Definitely nothing like the EcoBoost, which is interesting because it should be the same feel, but it's not. I'm a little confused with that. Can we turn the AC on?
Yeah, sure.
It's gonna get really foggy in here really quick. How is ground clearance? Well, we're about to find out.
It's not bad. Should be fine. It's not like stupid low.
Okay.
Yeah.
No scrape. No scrape is good. Oh, wow. So this car is on lowering springs.
Yes.
Okay. What brand are they?
Road Magnet. They don't even make them anymore.
Okay. How much of a drop did they give you?
1.5 inches.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah. Wasn't going for anything super crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are your brakes stock? They feel really bitey.
Very stock.
Very stock. Okay, that's good.
Yeah. The brakes in this car are very good. Most people will never change them. Turn on all the way. There we go.
Okay, there we go. Can I go out this way? Or do I have to go? I think I have to go straight.
I think you have to go straight as well.
Okay.
But it has adaptive headlights, so when you're turning...
Okay, so they... Oh, yeah. Oh, that is so cool! Wow! Oh, I would just... Wow, I will be causing problems.
This was...
I'm gonna go left, I'm gonna go right.
Mazda will give you luxury, like, options in their cars that are very reasonably priced. A blind spot monitoring that... They do a lot of cool things with these cars.
That is so cool. Why don't I have that?
I don't know, man. Ford should have took it too, man. I don't know what happened. And then if it annoys you for whatever reason, you can turn it off too.
Okay, you can actually turn it off?
No, you don't have to.
It is so awesome. Okay, second gear. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, this car has a big turbo on it, which is a
BNR S4.
Okay, and you said it starts to kick in around 4,000 RPM?
About a little before $4,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much power are we producing?
To the wheels, last time I put on the dyno, it was about a little under 350. About 366 pound-feet of torque, which you'll feel, and that's why we have traction issues. Right. Yeah.
So how many pounds of boost is the turbo producing when it's going full beans?
22.
22. That's not a lot. That's a decent bit of power for not that much boost.
The turbo's not even trying. The turbo's it's advertised as a 3076, but we all think it's really like a 3071. But BNR advertised as a 3076. So, I mean, at 22 pounds of boost, making that kind of power, I mean, it's barely skipping. Barely. Okay, so you're not really like in its efficiency range at that point. No, you could take this turbo to well over 400 horsepower. Okay. Yeah. So I got the turbo because it's fully rebuildable. So if I ever did decide to build the motor, I don't have to go out and get another turbo. So
okay, so that way, you know, if you decided to build a motor,
I've already got what I need.
Okay.
It's just a matter of getting all the rods, pistons, and the other motor internals. But the turbo's good.
Okay.
Yeah. The only thing I would change is that it's journal bearing. I would make it ball bearing. Yeah.
There's the turn here.
Why don't you go up, get on 75, and come back down?
Oh, sure, we can do that.
Yeah, so we can get some power.
You said it's a go fast bits blow off valve?
Yeah, it's super extra.
It sounds very like a tile blow off valve.
Yeah, very, very close. It doesn't have that same little sputter,
Right.
but it gives you that purge noise, and it's adjustable, so you can make it vent to atmosphere. Good downshift. See, the clutch is, once you get going, it's second nature.
Right.
But anyway, you can make it 50-50 vent recirc, or you can close the VTA off completely if you want to, but right now it's on 100% VTA.
Okay. I'm looking at your access port here.
Yes.
What monitoring, or what monitors I should say, do you have pulled up, and do you mind explaining why?
Yeah, good question. So, number one, top left is boost, because race car. The one underneath that is BATS, your boost air temperature, and that really is something to monitor just to make sure you're not overheating or getting too much heat soak. Under that is the high pressure fuel pump. That's just showing you how much fuel is going to the motor. With speeds, we don't have to change the whole fuel pump. The fuel pump's actually not bad. We just change the internals on it so that when you get into the higher part of the RPM, it can still efficiently deliver fuel, which hangs out about 1700 PSI when you've got your foot to the floor. Your knock retard, just to make sure there's not too much knock going on, and it looks pretty good. RPMs are for tuning, because that tach is conservative, and what I mean by that is it's wrong. So it'll show you that you're at like 6,500, but you're really only at like 6,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But when you're doing a watt log, you want to actually take it out to where it needs to be taken out, so that's important. And the coolant temperature, that is for getting started in the morning. So letting the car warm up really means when that gets to about 131 degrees, then it's good to start driving. If the car was stock, it wouldn't be a big deal, but it's not. So,
all right. So, when coming to a stop, first off, the short shifter is, it's amazing.
Thank you.
That's something I haven't, like, if they would make it for my car, that would probably be something I would pick.
Yeah.
It's the throws are so short. It's
notchy.
Like, you're gonna see it when you drive my car. It's like,
yeah.
But this is, I'm very impressed.
And it's actually just a plate. So that we put the plate on there where the arm grabs, and we can shorten it all the way from 10% to 40% shorter throws.
Wow.
Yeah. So
this is then the like a stock rod or shift knob on it.
Yep.
Wow.
No, this is a heavier knob, so that's why
so it's weighted.
It's easier to
shift.
Yeah. But that was one of the coolest mods, and then I did aftermarket bushings as well, because you can flat foot shift this.
That comes with the access point.
Yeah.
So when you say bushings, are they polyurethane or just a harder rubber?
They're, gosh, I want to say they're aluminum.
So they're actual like steel bushings.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So no wiggle.
No.
At all.
I can't afford that.
Yeah, I'm very impressed, which I don't know if that's the actual turbo that has to do with it, just with the fact that you have a lot less drivetrain loss than I do, for example. But just even from the go, the car feels like it wants to move a lot more than the Mustang, which if the Mustang felt like this from the go, it would be a lot more fun. Don't get me wrong, the Mustang is fun, but you have to really have your foot in it.
Yeah, and remember, I mean, this is all, I mean, you're looking at basically the final result.
Right.
You know, when the car was stock, it was a lot like what you're describing, where you had that delay in throttle response, the power came on quick and then died. The stock shifter, it was decent, but it was a little mushy. So this is just basically all fine-tuned, if you will, to my likings.
Right.
A lot of guys don't like the short shift plate.
I love it.
A lot of guys will install it for a week and be like, oh, this is terrible, you know. So we're gonna get on the interstate here and see what you really think.
So the tag says 180. Does it do that? Does it get close to it? Have you ever taken close to it?
I think the fastest I've gone is about 140.
Oh, torque steer. Wow.
So as you can see, the difference is that it doesn't die. I mean, when that boost kicks in, it's letting off when you let your foot off the throttle. You're not gonna have that thing where you're missing power.
Yeah. I'm not gonna flat foot shift somebody else's car.
I really don't mind. You can beat the hell out of these cars. If you want to do it, it's at 5,500.
At 55 and over.
Yeah.
Well, let's try it one time. Let's see. Where does third gear run out? This is third?
Yeah, like I said, it's there we go.
All right, well, let's see.
See? Seamless.
Wow.
Seamless.
Wow.
Seamless. So, and a lot of that is the tune. I cannot go on enough about how awesome Purple Drank tuning is. Like, super knowledgeable. They do a good job. They can go as conservative or ridiculous as you want to get. And this is your first time driving my car and you're flat foot shifting. So it's not like this, you have to be this expert. I mean, you can hop in the car for the first time and do what you just did. And it makes very good power.
So where's your tuner located? Are they local to the Tampa Bay area? Are they somewhere else?
They're like in the Baltimore, Virginia area.
All right. So did you drive up there to get a tune, or did they send you files?
Send me files. So I have to. They'll send me a base map. I got a data log. Send it back to them. Second revision. So this turbo has had 12 revisions.
Oh wow.
So it's work.
Right.
And basically, because of, for those of you that know how, like, what that actually entails with doing wide open throttle logs, I mean, I have to, find a good place super early in the morning. So, while I'm tuning, my day starts at about 4 a.m. just so I can get that done and, not put myself in any sort of risk, or anybody else for that matter. But, I mean, it's a process, but totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Yeah, I would definitely say your car is definitely figured out. The torque steer isn't that bad, even though it's still there, but it's front wheel drive, so
yeah,
I don't think that's something you'll be able to eliminate.
Not completely.
Right. But I think that one I went for 6 instead of 4. Anyway, I think the car's it rides very well. It's not too hard. The steering's amazing. The shifting is it's smooth as butter.
Thank you.
And I love the way it sounds, so I can't really...
Thank you.
Did a great job with this. And most of you have everything still working in the car the way it was meant to be, so...
Yeah, the navigation still works, and you can't tell, but all that stuff is driver-centric. So from here, I can't really... It's not the same angle as you are, so it's a driver's car.
Yeah, when Mazda does something, usually they do it well, especially when it comes to, like, sports cars and such.
Right.
Which I could only hope that something similar will happen with the Mustang as far as throttle response and everything else goes, but
because we basically have a lot of the same modifications, minus the turbo.
Yeah, the biggest issue is with you guys is the fuel pump internals.
Right.
And that's the same issue, unfortunately, with the EcoBoost.
Right.
But the community, they'd rather go with auxiliary fueling rather than figuring out how to improve the fuel pump, which I don't know what entails the benefit of it, because MA Performance, this was horrible. For example, they do auxiliary fueling, but they're running it off the fuel pump, which if the fuel pump is already maxed out, auxiliary fueling isn't really going to help you.
No.
And then there's, your meth and
Right.
And then they run separate fuel setups altogether.
Right.
But my main concern is like, why not improve the fuel pump like the Mazda guys have done?
Right.
Which I don't even know if that's something that one could do. Just take your stuff and put it in there. It's the same. It's just an updated design. I haven't looked into it yet, but that would change the game for everybody. Because the injectors in your car, are you on upgraded injectors?
They don't make them.
They don't have them for your car.
They don't make them. Cork Sport makes better seals, but no one makes injectors for this car.
Okay, so because there's a company, Deutschwerks, whatever, they actually just came out with injectors for the EcoBoost. So I'm wondering if that would be something maybe you could look into as far as fueling is concerned.
Sure, yeah. It's not a bad idea.
What's that noise that I'm hearing?
Passenger motor mount.
Okay.
It's the best, worst upgrade because it creaks and vibrates and all kind of stuff.
God, that sounds so intoxicating. One more power, just go!
By the way, that racetrack has E85.
Is the quality any good?
I hear it's the same.
Oh, okay.
Yep, they've got E85.
With E85 this close now, are you planning on having a map for it?
Yes. Yes. I'm gonna take a break from tuning because I'm so tired of having to get up at 4 a.m. every day.
Right.
Because my tuner, within 24 hours, he'll send me another map. So it literally is never stops until I'm done. There aren't like these big gaps in time in between my different maps. So now that we've got the turbo almost totally done, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break and just kind of enjoy it. But and the other thing is, dude, I do a lot of driving for my job. So not having to worry about that is important to me.
Right. So you say you do a lot of driving. Do you stay in Florida? Do you
Yeah. Mostly Florida for sure. But just like last week, me and Jeremy were like, yeah, let's take a road trip, and we went and took my car. We weren't taking the rotary.
Right.
No.
Don't want to do that. What happened? I blew a seal on the highway.
Yeah. No, we're not doing that. So, and it's really comfortable to road trip in. We had a great time. Drove all the way to Bama.
To where?
Alabama.
Wow.
Yep.
You got really bored.
Yeah, our dads live up there.
I'm sorry, I just...
See, what you guys didn't see is there was a race car beside us, and Alex got excited.
I would never do such a thing.
But that is the good old speed, man. This is it.
One thing I do want to say, when coming, and it may be because I have the performance brakes on the Mustang, but I do feel like I'm a little nervous, even when I put my foot on the brake. I'm like, okay, slow down, slow down, slow down.
Right. Yeah, I'll say that is very true, especially because we were just getting on it, which is why some people will upgrade their brakes, but like we were just talking about Tony, he's on stock brakes and he's running 10/8. So better pads for sure. These are stock pads.
Okay, that might be. That'll make a big difference. I know, I'm in the Miata groups.
Yeah.
Just a good solid pad. That'll make a world of difference.
Huge difference, especially being front wheel drive.
Right.
But much to be desired there when it comes to braking.
Yeah, these seats are really comfortable. Just everything comes so well together in the car. I don't remember this one. Like I said, I test drove one of these like a year, maybe 2 years ago, and even then it just...
Was it a first generation?
No, it was a second.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say the people complained about the creature comforts in the first gen. So of course it's opportunity cost. With the second gen, you lost the performance in very minute ways. But this one is a much more comfortable car than the first generation. But the first gen, you ask any speed owner, first gens are typically more powerful.
Well, they weigh a bit less too.
Yes. This car is just a little bigger.
Yeah.
A little bit more room.
Yeah, I gotta say it's for the product that it is,
Right.
it's very, very well built. And even then, with the modifications you've made to the car, it's probably one of the better examples of what you can do to the Speed 3 compared to what others may or may not have done. Like he's about to get into my car, and he'll get a first-hand experience as to what I'm saying, because it's you made sure that the car can be driven every single day.
Right.
Where I am doing the complete opposite because I don't care. I'll just open down pipe because why not?
That's awesome.
And it absorbs bumps really well.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause it's sports suspension too. I mean, besides my lowering springs.
Well, yeah, but my spine isn't shattered yet.
Right. I mean, unless you really take it, I mean, you're not gonna feel a whole lot. What I will say is, I mean, just like with any car, I guess that's lowered. You put 2 more people in the back seat, we'll probably scrape.
Right.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you this, because there's a couple of things I just noticed while slowing down.
Sure.
Do you know how heavy the flywheel is? Is this the stock flywheel and clutch combination?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything on the clutch is, or the whole setup in the transmission is totally stock.
Okay.
But when this clutch goes out, it is simply a matter of when. I have in mind what I want. A lot of speed guys go with the ACT.
Okay.
And I'll probably do the same because I know it works.
Right.
That's too expensive of a modification to
skip out on.
Right. Or to go in blindly.
That's always something that's really good, especially since it's a proven product.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, and see, now that we get to the end of it, I'm a lot more comfortable in the car.
Yeah.
It's just that whole nervousness is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be, if a daily with speed.
Yeah.
Mazda had the right idea with the Mazdaspeed 3, I gotta say.
Yeah, the designer literally was looking at the whole thing and they were like, well, we did really well with the 3. Like, right. So let's throw a turbo in it. And here you are. So it's super comfortable. I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
So let's pull it in here. Well, let me thank you for driving the car. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And if you guys want to check Dexter's channel out, I'll leave a description down below. He has a YouTube channel as well, which I'm sure there's a couple of Mazda related things on there.
Sure.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.